All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John, and today we're looking at the Medicom Mafex Luke Skywalker from the Mandolorian. This is, of course, when he shows him at the end of season 2. Yeah. And it just rips through those Dark Troopers and comes and saves Grogu. It's a really, really fun episode. And a really, great character as well. Luke's always been one of my favorite. I mean, if you love Star Wars, you also love Luke, I'm assuming. But Luke has always been my favorite character throughout it all. And to get a really fun representation of him in his black Jedi tunics, which is my favorite look personally, was really good. And I cannot miss up the chance to get a Mafex of Luke. And we all know why we get Mafexes, right? Articulation's fun, it's smooth, it's buttery. But the reason I get an Mafex are for those head sculpts, right? They do a really amazing job on getting the likeness down. And Luke's one of those very tricky characters, very tricky faces to get down. I mean, we can see those in past Hasbro releases. They can be very, very hard to get down. But I feel like with this being from the Mandalorian, which was a CG AI de-aging of Luke, there was a little bit of leniency. I think they did a really good job doing Mark Hamill, but I could be saying that because it is the CG AI deepfake of Mark Hamill. So it's like, it's passable. I enjoy this. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the figure. All right, so here he is, nice and up close. And you can just, I don't know, really, really great to see this version of Mark Hamill, in figure form from Mafex, nonetheless. Let's get him off the stand here. We can take a closer look. I mean, I feel like they got the eyes perfect. And even like, let's get this off. Get that off. Bring this down. So, I mean, even like the jowl lines here, such a great interpretation. Now, perfect? Probably not. What face is? Man, this is really giving that Mark Hamill vibes. Yeah, I love this. It looks absolutely amazing. I have no gripes with this head sculpt. That's really why I got it here. And we'll take a look at this compared to some of the Hasbro stuff. Yes, you are paying import prices of compared to $25 for a figure, but sometimes it's worth it, man. And I just felt like this one was. This is why I got this figure. All right, let's go over accessories. You get this force push hand right here. You also get the lightsaber here with the removable. This one is removable with the hilt, so that's nice. You get this soft goods cape, wired, of course. Let me see if we can focus. There we go. So it's got a wire over the hood, through this, down the back. I mean, and it is pretty expansive. We got this all straightened out. You can see how much flow you can get out of this cape. Let me take a look at that. This is almost like Moon Knight level. It's a lot of material that you can bunch up however you want, So that's awesome. Nice, good sized cape. Love that. And it does really want to be folded if you want to get kind of a more relaxed look. That's fine. You just gotta bring your seams up and over, and you'll be free to go. There's your little tunic, or sorry, your cape. It comes with the stand, as you saw already. Just kind of their basic stand. They are tightenable. You can tighten these down, which I love, so you can get a nice secure fit. Comes with the second lightsaber. The blade is not removable, but it's just different effect, right? So a little bit of a glow. The center is a little more solid. You get that little bit of a translucency through the outside of that. The blade itself is pretty phenomenal. I mean, they painted so much on this. I don't know if you can see here, but they even have the red dot there painted, gold. I mean, it's just a beautifully sculpted, beautifully painted. The red and green dots there, beautifully painted, beautifully sculpted lightsaber hilt. And that goes for all three. So you get one that has a non-removable blade, a second one that does have a removable blade for the swooshing effect, as well as a deactivated one as well. And again, just beautiful detail. Look at those green and red buttons, dude. It's amazing. Love this. And this has a back port. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry. It's got a hole right here so that you can plug it into Luke's tunic or his belt. Just to show you what that looks like. Take that end of the figure, of the blade, and it can just plug in right there. Don't have anything up against it right now because the legs drop down. But there you go. And it looks good. Looks, seamless. Looks like it's supposed to be there hanging. Love that. All right, we can go for hands now. Along with that force push hand, we also get a relaxed hand, a gripping hand. So for lightsabers, you can use this to grip those. And those are the two skin tones, or sorry, three skin tones, but you also get a gloved force pushing hand or a hello hand. It's a force push. In the gloved version for his right hand, you get a you also get a splayed out hand, a little bit of a grip. Look at that the sculpting that they have on this arm, on this hand. Right, it is black leather glove. You get some creases there. You get a relaxed gripping hand. This looks more like holding well, that's gone. You get a relaxed hand in the black gloves. And last, you will also get a fisted hand. So again, just great attention to detail. Even though it is a black hand, you get all those leather wrinkles and rolls to create that effect on this hand. Just outstanding work from Mafex. For articulation, I'm going to take this arm off just so that we have a better understanding here. And I'll get them all relaxed out instead of posed. We'll go top to bottom here. You got the head, which as you saw earlier is on a dumbbell, as well as neck articulation in there. So put this back on. He can look forward this much. He can look back. Hair gets in the way. That's okay. He's got a ball here, got a ball hinge there. You can pop that off if you want to. You can kind of see in there. So he can go this much forward and this much back. Really good back. Arms have a butterfly that comes in and out. Love that. Comes forward more than it goes back. Doesn't go back at all. Does come forward though. No bicep swivel. You do get the ankle. Sorry, not the ankle. Excuse me. The wrist peg here, which is kind of those double pegged with the ball. So you can turn that around any which way you want. Double elbows, which do get you way past 90. Nice and tight there. You can go up past 90. Again, those butterfly joints is kind of where most of your arm articulation is going to happen. You get good swivel within there. See how this arm plays around, right? And then as well as rotation in there as well. There's that joint. All right, and then the tunic piece is removable. It's this nice rubbery plastic. You could pop this at the waist, and then you can get these different pieces. It's two. It's like a belt thing, and then the tunic, or the latter half of his tunic. But again, it's nice and pliable. You just get that out of the way. His legs are kind of interesting. They got rotation at the hip, but they also drop down and out. Just kind of interesting. So you can kind of make him a little bit taller. They do drop down. You can see that hip dropping down. I like it. Swivel, double knees, but with the sculpt, it does run into it right there. And I don't mind that. It's Luke. Yes, I understand he can be very acrobatic, but the most you want him to do it is his high kick, right? And you can get that nice high kick, especially once you drop that hip down. You can then get him to do that kick. Yeah, get him to crunch forward a little bit. There we go. I popped it. That's good. You can kind of see. So there's the belt. There's the tunic. All right, double dumbbell for the waist. Put this back down. Pop him in. That's enough high kick, dude. You did so much high kicking. You cracked him. All right, let's keep going. So we have that double, and we also have that forward-facing pin for ankle articulation, as well as a very, very tight toe joint. I love when it's nice and tight there, so you don't have to worry about anything. But you also get some rocker in that ankle, dude. You know how I like that rocker. Get those poses a lot better. So that's always nice. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next part here, and we'll do some comparisons. All right, and so here we have our basic, just vanilla pose for Luke Skywalker. We'll bring in some Black Series to start. So here we have the Mandalorian Mando, Din Djarin with Grogu, holding him in nice and cute, as well as Ahsoka Tano from Mandalorian series as well. These look really great together. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed with the Mafex, but the Hasbros aren't lacking. Like that Ahsoka is beautiful. The Din, it works great. You know, at these price points, like these are not any type of sleepers, and Luke fits right in. Again, remember, Luke's only 5'9". At least Mark Hamill's 5'9", so he's perfect. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, and next up we have a couple of Dark Troopers. Of course, that's who he's mowing down when he shows up in the Mandalorian. We got the standard release all black, as well as the credit collection and credits version of him. And again, nice and towering, great size, man. This Mafex Luke, it's going to replace my standard Luke that I have. And again, it's in that black tunic from the Mandalorian look. It is not from the Return of the Jedi look. It is a different tunic. It's not the little double breasted jacket that he has. It is the tunic, Jedi tunic that we have here. So there we go. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. And next up here, I have Luke Skywalker, the Hasbro version, which is from the extended universe comic book version where he's in that black look, and as well as the Mafex first release Mandalorian. Again, if we look at this here, the Hasbro's a lot shorter, not thinner. I understand it's like a comic book version, but like there's just not enough girth to him on that. Like I feel Luke's a little more dense. Yeah, he's a little guy, but he's a little more dense, and I feel like the Mafex one just pulls that off a lot better. And the Mando looks really great next to him. While we have Mando here, the Mafex Mando, let's bring out the Hasbro Mando just to get a better look. But before we do that, let's take a look at these head sculpts. Let's go ahead and zoom in real quick. If we take a look here, man, just the amount of detail difference. This is all shiny. The Hasbro one is. And you get this beautiful matte finish. Look at the jawline, like it's so much different. The jowls are better, the lips are better. Yes, I know it's a higher price point, but I mean it's worth it, right, guys? The eyes, the paint apps on the eyes are beautiful. So there we go. There's a little bit close up for the Hasbro and Mafex Luke Skywalker. All right, and like I said, since I have the Mafex Mando, I also want to bring out the Hasbro Mando. I mean, and again, different price points, yes, but the Mando silver on him, absolutely beautiful, man. The Beskar just really shines and bright. And, you know, the Hasbro one, it is what it is. Again, for that price point, you really can't complain. You also get the unsculpted Din Djarin head as well, or the sculpted Din Djarin head underneath the helmet there for the Hasbro. But yeah, I go with Mafex. I know. That's the Mafex review. What else am I going to say? But yeah, there we go. There's those two Mandos. And next up here, we have some Cosmic Legions. Again, just to get some space vibes here. We got a Fisher Rice, a little bit of a Fisher Rice swap, as well as an AA-20 swap. And man, these boys tower over Luke, especially that AA-20. Never realized how tall of a figure that AA-20 really is. So fun to see. Again, if you want to swap, if you want to have Luke fighting off some extra aliens, they'll be a lot bigger. Next up here, we have some independent toy lines here. We got AWOC Ancient ones, as well as the Savage Crucible Royal Guard. So really great to get these different sizes scales. Again, it works with it being Star Wars and Alien, you know, whatever you want it to be. Like lizards can be taller, monkey people can be taller. You know, look at Chewbacca, right? You don't want to have everybody the same size. It's okay to have some variation. People are small, people are big. And last, just for some fun, I have my favorite Mafex personally, is that Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider. And so he's just saying hi. All right, well, I'll go ahead and wrap it up for this Mandalorian. Now I'll go ahead and wrap it up for Luke Skywalker. I'll go ahead and wrap it up from the Mafex Medic. Now I'll go ahead and wrap up Mafex Mandalorian Luke Skywalker review. Again, I got this figure mainly for the head sculpt. I'm in love with it. I'm so happy with it. I can overlook any little minor discrepancies or, you know, whatever that may be. I love the head. And I love Mark Hamill, and getting a nice representation of him is much needed in my collection. One thing before I do sign off here, though, is I forgot to mention this, but the hood. The hood does kind of have this little peak here. I like to kind of push it down. I wish it would sit better. You get that peak inverted, and you're fine. It's all black. It'll blend in. You have a wired cape or hood. You can get this looking nice. That's all I'm going to say about that. I understand if you leave it alone, it's going to be popped up, but just invert it and pull it back a little bit, and you got yourself a good looking hood. All right, so I'll go ahead and sign off, friends. Please enjoy the pretty pictures here at the end. And as always, keep collecting, keep playing, may the action for your gods smile upon you. Peace.